Hello, magical being. What you're about to see is a conversation between myself, Coach Anna Reidenbach, and my colleague, Kathleen Nora Bauer, who is amazing. And we're going to be talking about two skills that you can use right away to support yourself as an empath or a sensitive or a creative, or you can translate them to support anyone in your life who has those qualities. So that could be kids or clients or students. So we're hoping that you can take this forward and use it right away in your life or in the lives of others who you support. And Kathleen's going to be talking about why this matters so much in the astrological context of where we're at. So we all have in our astrological birth chart a north node and a south node. And the north node is where our soul is being guided to in this lifetime. That's my understanding. And then the south node is where we're coming from, maybe what we're alchemizing from past lifetimes or where we're growing out of. And we also have these on a collective level. And the nodes have just changed for the collective from Pisces to Aquarius. And so we'll be talking about these skills and what it means to be a creative or sensitive or empath now at this time as we are moving into this different energy, and how you can use your unique magic to support the collective while still feeling really authentically yourself. So I can't wait to dive into these tools and skills with you. And there'll also be a beautiful opportunity to dive deeper if that is something that is just lighting you up and sparkling in your soul. All right, with that, let's dive in. I am Coach Anna Reidenbach. I'm a creative impact coach, as well as a creativity engineer and a transformational offering expert. And I'm here with Kathleen Nora Bauer, who is a quantum seamstress of the universe, as well as an astrologer and Gene Keys guide.
And why the timing is so important right now is because our nodes of destiny are moving out of Pisces, which is our ocean of intuition and psychic and the mystery. We're moving into Aquarius, which is a sign of a revolutionary and our unique genius. And the discussion that we're going to be having today is actually around how the shadow side of Pisces can be that because Pisces is the empath, and collectively we've really been called to tap into the empathy for others, how we can listen to ourselves and the universe. But the shadow side is that we can become overwhelmed, and Pisces can take on all of the feelings and emotions of the world. And so, Anna, you have some beautiful tips for how we can not drown in the sorrow and in the feelings of the world and actually channel this into forward motion.
Yeah. And I love right before we started, something you had said that really spoke to me, right? Is that Pisces is really the sign of the empath, and we're coming into Aquarius, which is how we use our empath gifts, right, to support others. But we can't use our magic and our gifts to support others if we're so deeply overwhelmed, right? If we can't move, if we can't take action in the world towards our sparkles, towards our destiny. And so, as a lifelong sensitive and empath, I have lots and lots of tools and tricks. And one of the ones actually Kathleen and I just completed together, which is called The Secret Power of Joy. So we'll link that beneath this video just in case you haven't checked it out. So that is just how you can feel joy in the body to utilize energy in your nervous system in a different way. And so we'll link that below if you'd like even more on this. But what I wanted to speak to today is that what happens for a lot of us as sensitives and empaths, right, there's so much coming at us. There's so much stimulation. There's so many messages. There's so many emotions, and it can be really overwhelming. And a lot of times we've really been trained to pick up on the challenging emotions of the world. Like we're really feeling for the people that are suffering, and we can feel that suffering in our own body. And so what happens is we actually close, right? It's too much for us. And so we close our portal because we're trying to take care of ourselves. The challenge with that is, though, then we're actually closing our frequency, and we're closing our ability to say yes to life and yes to opportunities and yes to the magic that is around us. And so the first thing we actually need to do, or I find, and this is what I found in my life and in my practice, is really be able to, yes, let in the joy and the sparkles and the goodness and the opportunities and the choice to say yes to life. And that is a practice. It's actually a muscle. We have, as an empath, we have really really developed the muscle of feeling people's pain, like deeply developed that muscle. And it's beautiful, but it's very overwhelming. And so we actually need to develop the muscle of feeling other people's joy. And once we do that, oh my goodness. Like imagine the depths of your feelings. Like if you could feel that as pleasure, as sparkles, as magic, like imagine what life would begin to be. So that's the first place that it's really helpful to train as a sensitive and an empath.
And when you were speaking, I was feeling the revolution of compassion because Aquarius asked for a revolution, and Pisces is the compassion, and that's what empaths have bucket loads of. But we want to be able to not close ourselves off because this is a superpower, right? And so the glyph of Aquarius is actually energy and vibration. So I love how you bring the frequency in as well. So can you share a little bit about how the empath is part of like changing the world for everyone?
So what I have found in my work, working with a lot of sensitives and empaths, is they're like I'm going to say we because it's me too, and you and everyone probably who's watching this is so creative, has so much magic, has so many gifts, right? There's just this deep sensitivity, there's this deep appreciation of beauty, there's this deep compassion. And so when we're able to really tap into our unique gifts, our unique magic, right? We can use that as a frequency, as you said, like to change the timeline, to really support this forward movement of magic, to elevate the timeline of our world. Like there's so much magic contained in the sensitive and in the empath, right? We're so sensitive to it, and the goal is how to actually offer it into our world, which I think is what you were saying that Aquarius was about.
Yeah, it's taking our unique gifts, which include all of our life experience, all of our journey, all of the threads that we've been taking along the way, weaving along the way, and putting them into grassroots motion so that we are not competing with each other, but actually using our uniqueness, our weirdness, our eccentricity, our genius as part of this collective movement that involves everybody, not just a certain few. And so, what I feel like your message really, a core message that you're sharing, Anna, is that it's not it's not a like being an empath is not something to be ashamed of or to it's something that's actually needed more than ever, and we actually have a way to help you utilize this your empathy as a strength.
Also, it could be so much fun. Like what if you absorbed like the deliciousness of life and the sparkle of life and the glimmer of life? Like that really is actually possible for your nervous system more than non-sensitives, more than non-empaths, right? To have this deliriously happy life. Like is so available to us. So I think that's what I'd love to add.
Yes, absolutely. And I can speak from experience of how it's changed my life as a mama bear, being able to feel the room of my children and hold the space for where they're at. And so, with that, I'd love to just share a beautiful creation with you all. Is that
Yeah.
okay, Anna?
Yeah, and just actually before you do the creation, I just want to give one more tip for how we move from the Pisces into the Aquarius, if that's all right with you.
Yes.
Okay. So if we're finding out how to not be in the shadow of the empath, right, the shadow of Pisces, and then we're looking at then how do we bring our uniqueness, right, to serve others, like how do we bring our empath or sensitive skills to serve others? There's a reflection that I really love, which is, and I know it's going to seem so simple, but it's my favorite one. So I encourage you to just take a breath. If you're watching this at home, you can just close your eyes just for a moment and just notice, like, if if you all of a sudden had all the resources that you needed, like you just got left the amount of money that you could imagine needing for the rest of your life, like you were just fully taken care of with all resources, all support, like what would you actually do every day, all day long for free? What would you actually do every day, all day long for free? And let yourself dream here for a moment. You're like, well, I would just take naps. Great. Okay. I would just travel. Amazing. I would just take hikes in nature. Fantastic. Like, so really allowing yourself to notice what is it you would do all day long, every day for free. And that is the seed of your destiny. Because maybe you're here to help people get more rest. Maybe you're here to help people connect more with nature or with travel or with aliveness, right? Like when I close my eyes and I think what I would do all day long, every day for free, it's helping people with their creativity, like birthing creativity into the 3D realm. Like it, it is the thing I love most, and it is the thing I could just do forever. And so I created a business around that, right? I do creativity engineering. I literally help people engineer their creativity into the 3D realm, right? So that it supports them, so it's reaching other people, right? I help them with their businesses, I help them with their offerings, I help them with their art, I help them with their writing. And so we can, when we find that sparkle inside of us, that's how we know how we can use our uniqueness, right? Because Aquarius is all about our uniqueness, but for the collective. So just wanted to offer that tip as well.
Yeah, and just what came to me as you were inviting that question was co-creating magic. I mean, I just love it being in co-creative containers where we all like get to pool and share our magic, which stems from falling down rabbit holes and into the depths of the ocean and seeing what treasures we can find. So that's such a beautiful question to ask. Thank you, Anna. And also, I just wanted to mention a dear sister of ours, Jocelyn Starfeather, mentioned it recently in one of her astrology updates of the shadow side of Aquarian can be called dystopia, where technology is taken too far. You know, think of Terminator and all of that. And this is why the medicine of the empath is needed even more than ever because it's what makes humans special is our uniqueness. Like it's our creativity. So this is why it's so important right now. I call this the age of a visionary, but it's also the age of an empath because no one wants a cold dystopian future where there's no humanity because that's one of the best things about this planet is humans being joyful, creative beings. And so, with that, I have something really beautiful to share with you all. So, Anna, can you please tell us a little bit about Destiny Magic Experience?
Yeah, so I created this beautiful 6 week container. We begin August 16th. That is a Sunday, or that will be a Monday if you're in Australia or New Zealand or Asia. And we are going to have so much fun together. So, this is an experience. This is not a course. You will actually get to practice the skills. If you come live, we're going to have breakout practice sessions. If you're not able to make it live, absolutely no worries at all. You will have access to the tools and the scripts, and you can practice with a power partner. In fact, I even encourage that. I encourage you to practice it with people in your life or with other people from the experience to really be able to deeply embody these skills. And I'll just share the page with you, and I'll put this below the video as well so you can just take a look at it at your leisure. This is really for you as a creative, sensitive, or empath, or as a coach or a guide or a healer or a parent, right, who supports sensitives in the world. So it's going to be 6 weeks to transform being a sensitive or an empath into your greatest power. And we're going to be learning 4 alchemical skills to do this, not just learning, but embodying. And this is for you and for those you serve. And this is especially for you if you are someone who deeply desires to light up this world with your magic, right? Whether that is through your creative gifts or your magical gifts, right? Whatever is inside of you that you desire this out on this earth, sparkling, making a difference, raising the vibration of our world, right? Changing the timeline for humanity. If you are sensitive or an empath, I've worked with so many over the years, and I know this is actually your destiny. Okay. And the way that you step into this new timeline is to begin amplifying energy in your body instead of absorbing this. And this is actually best done relationally. A lot of times we're trying to do these practices by ourselves, and it actually doesn't work as well. When we can do this with another person, this is actually what deepens our capacity to receive pleasure, abundance, support, and let your sacred gifts shine into our world. So that is the goal of this. Yet you or those you serve, right, might have so much sensitivity that your nervous system is actually blocking all of that right now. And we don't want that, right? We want you to be able to take in goodness. Or you might have really sensitive kids or really sensitive clients or students, and it's just breaking your heart that they are not able to step into their glittering potential yet. And it's not their fault and it's not your fault. It's just that these skills are not taught. We just don't quite yet in our world know how to support sensitives and empaths. So it is the time to change that. Okay. So this is for you also if you have lots of practices, you have lots of skills, you've tried lots of things, and yet something is just not quite clicking, and you're still finding yourself trapped in anxiety or overwhelm, or you're feeling drained or depleted, and you just can't quite access that magic and that power that you know is glittering inside of you. Okay. And I deeply know how frustrating this is. Like, like on a deep soul level, I understand. Okay. So, so you can just come and look through this page on your own time. You can find out more about me. But the biggest thing I'd love to leave you with is that these 6 weeks together really will transform your relationship with your sensitivity and your capacity to receive. That to use your sensitivity to receive. So you are actually open to pleasure and money and support, not blocking it, and how you can actually serve others to do the same. Okay. And these are skills that I personally use, that I've used for a decade, and they are amazing, amazing skills. And it's going to help you embody more of your power. It's going to help you amplify joy, pleasure, and magic in your life and creative work, and deeply support you and those you serve into a brighter destiny. Okay. And here's my favorite part. Here's my favorite part. We're going to use the ACEs method, right? Because at the end of this, you're going to be an ace at navigating your sensitivity and using it for deliciousness. So we're going to amplify joy and pleasure in your body. Okay, we're going to use this signature system of embodied amplification. And we're going to learn it in the first experience, but we'll be using it all throughout so that it really becomes embodied for you. We're going to claim the true magic of your desires. This helps you with your boundaries, with your alignment, and it actually helps you connect the unseen and the seen realms of reality. Okay. So this one is going to be fun and delicious and deep. Then we'll expand your havingness level. So we're going to allow you to have a deeper capacity for goodness. So if you're someone who, when really beautiful things come into your life, you often get an emotional hangover, like it's almost too much for your nervous system to handle, or you're noticing that with your clients or your kids, like something good is happening and then they're almost like pushing it away, or like something happens in their nervous system or something like that. This is really going to help with that. And then in our final time together, we're going to spark your destiny codes. This is one of my favorite exercises. I'm all about destiny. I'm about your brightest destiny, the brightest destiny of this world. And so we'll come back to that embodied amplification and really bring it to your unique energy signature, your brilliance, and your genius. Okay. And you're really going to get to practice these either if you join us live, or again, you'll get the practice guide to do it on your own. So this is the ACEs method, right? You will be an ace at your intuitive powers. That's really what being a sensitive or an empath is. It's being deeply, deeply intuitive. And so we want to bring that into the world. So you can come explore this page at your own leisure. You're going to be able to see more about it. And I wanted to bring this up too, right? We have a free course, The Secret Power of Joy. You're welcome to register for that and enjoy all the deliciousness. And after 2 weeks in the course, people said they were able to naturally regulate their nervous system and be genuine, more delight in the moment, right? More positive thinking, more enthusiasm, more relaxation, limitless possibilities. My energy has increased, more vitality. So if that is happening in 2 weeks with a free practice, just imagine when you really take that moment to invest in yourself and say yes to your destiny. Okay. So You can come here, you can explore everything that's included. It has all the dates. Again, you will have access to everything. It'll be on a learning portal. So whether you're able to join us live, whether you're watching later on, it's going to help you deeply. We're going to have an integration and alchemical activation in between the experiences so you can really bring it into your body and support your nervous system to be ready for deeper change. Okay, so you can come and check all of this out. And I just wanted to bring you here, which is that if you join by August 8th, you're actually entered to win a Nodes of Destiny sacred astrology session with Kathleen. So that is so exciting. I can't wait to see who wins. So you can come and look at all of that. And I can't wait to invite you in if this is something that just feels delicious and radiant to you, if it sparkles in your soul, it would be my delight to an honor to guide you. And it's just been such a pleasure to share this creation with you that's come from the deepest reaches of my heart. And I hope that it makes it out to so many people. And one of the reasons that I keep the investment as like much different than what I think it's worth is because I actually do want this magic in as many hands as possible. Like I want everyone to have a magic wand so that all the sensitives and the empaths can rise and really use their intuitive powers. And I really believe that is one way that we can change the world together. So thank you so much. And this is one of my favorite quotes. Don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive and go do that. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And so it's going to help you make this choice into your own aliveness for yourself and for others.
Mm. This is just incredible. And I just want to reiterate the like being able to amplify energy as opposed to absorbing it, because this is exact, precise fuel that we need to take action to change the world together.
So we're going to be really diving into all of this together in these 6 weeks so that you can bring your magic into the world, so you can like sparkle, so you can bring your empathic superpowers right to this time of Aquarius and like support the collective by being your unique self. And Kathleen's going to be our sacred space holder. So she's going to be there holding space for all of us. And you have the opportunity to win an astrology reading with her as well.
Yes, yes. Before I get to that, just wanted to amplify how incredible these tools are. And I don't even know these. I haven't experienced these new tools that you're bringing in, but just for being able to hold space for self and then hold space for others and to be able to hold space for depths, which is really important as well. And yes, you have a chance to win an astrology reading with me, an Mystic Sacred Storytelling Astrology session, where we will look into your personal nodes and how your personal gifts, crafts, and destiny magic will help to support our collective, like right now, yesterday. So, yeah, I we know that you would have received something really beautiful from these tips that Anna has shared. It's been the deepest honor to traverse um, this destiny magic with you alongside your journey for the last 3 or nearly 4 years that we've known each other. So thank you, Anna. And yes, come on in with us, people. Let's
Mm.
co-create some magic.
Thank you. Thank you, Kathleen, for holding this space today, and can't wait to be destiny magicking with you. We'll put that all below. And don't forget, there's the free course as well to get you started into the sparkles and just begin that process of how you change energy in your body. And then this is going to take it even more deliciously deep. So thank you.